Okay, now we're back with Evan, now that I'm correctly recording.
But the Evan is not back.
Oh, no. Yeah,
It's all ruined.
So, let's finally get this out of the way. Okay, we were showing Evan the new water technique on the left that I figured out how these darn tiles work. On the right side, you can see, like, the old inverse mirror for comparison. I didn't know what the flip I was doing. It just looks like everything floats in midair. But, what can you do? I didn't know. I was bad. I was bad. But yeah, we're back in the Kakariko town that I had made for Inverse Mirror. How this basically came around is I was sitting around... it was the weirdest realization. It was literally on stream. I was getting ready to design the overworld for this thing with chat, and I set up the template for how to build a castle. Because Kina was originally supposed to be, like, the princess of Bermuda. And as I was setting up the template, I was just like, wait a minute. I don't even, like, want to design an interior for the castle. Like, I had no plans for Duke to ever go in the castle. He was just going to use the castle as a way to get to the Undercroft. So I was like, why am I designing a castle when I don't even want an interior for the castle? Like, the outside of the castle is just going to take a bunch of screen space. And then we looked at the really old Mystic Palace entrance, and I was like, you know what? Here's our entrance to the ruins, or whatever the flid. So we imported Inverse Mirror, and it became a little more applicable to do so. I do not think like with a castle town, old Inverse Mirror map does not fit, but it does fit as like a regular town map or something. So yeah, so it's no longer like a kingdom or some weird garbage like that. Anyway, that's my overly complicated story for no reason to start the episode. What's going on, Megan? How you doing? Floating islands. Alright, we did fix the text boxes off screen, as promised. We also decided to rename Kina as the Mysterious Maiden. Because Duke doesn't care who she is anyway, so we don't need to know who she is right now. She'll be the daughter's, or the mayor's daughter, though. She'll be the daughter's mayor. Oh my god.
The daughter's mayor.
We're going places on... It's Friday evening, chat. But yeah, we've got all our new shiny stuff here. And off we go. The Evan will now regale us with stories of Swindle Chopper. No, okay.
Swindle Chopper.
Chopper. Evan, am I daring enough to try to learn menuing on stream? Is this a good idea?
Yes. Yes, you are.
All right.
And you can just cut the episode if this ends up being a trash fire.
I was gonna say, at least one episode we have to try it, right?
You can have, like, this is the start, and then a whole bunch of off-screen, and then you start the next episode with, alright, this is how you actually do it.
That's true, yeah. I can be like every bad IT support thread on the internet,
yeah,
where someone figures it out outside of the thread, and they're like, thanks guys, it's fixed now, and they don't elaborate on how they did it.
Do be like that.
Oh, man. Alright, whoops. There we go. Okay, so let's set up... So instead of Bermuda here, let's set up a set for menuing, maybe? I'm not completely convinced that menuing is the right idea here, but I do think it'll be more convenient when we eventually have like a warp item or whatever. I don't want the warp item to take up inventory space, so you're just going to hit EX4, and like warping is an option or whatever. Keep in mind this is also doubly risky because I still have not settled on the actual save system of the game yet. We are kind of flying blind at this point in time.
I feel like you should wait until you know what you're going to be doing with the save system before you set up a travel system.
Well, yeah, no worries. We won't have the travel system just yet. I'm not even terribly sure what I would link to the travel system at this point in time.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know. All I know is that the ocarina has to go. Screw this item.
Given the scope of... Okay, this is going to be a wild take. Given how the scope of this quest being so small, does it necessarily need one?
Well, that's not the 24-hour anymore, so it can be whatever I want it to be. But yeah, so I don't know. Right, I need a menu cursor. Joe Ash, my boy, what is a good size for the menu cursor? Do I remember you saying 8 by 8 perhaps? Then we gotta design one. What should the menu cursor be? I guess we could use like the arrow symbol. I could shrink a sword that Duke has or something. A couple choices here, I suppose. I wonder if like a shrunken version of Duke's sword would work. A lot of unused garbage in here. I probably should come here someday and like clear out all the Lost Lineage AU stuff that I know I'm not going to use anymore. Like there's just a whole page of Trinex sitting around somewhere in here.
Oh no.
Yeah, like who the flit would need that garbage, dude? Here's like Hinox taking up half a page. But yeah. What's C-set? I don't even think I know what C-set Trinex was supposed to be. Oh, but he's probably like a, he's probably like a dungeon set or whatever. Alright, in any case. What was I looking for? I was looking for like Duke's sword or some garbage. Let's go find that. I don't actually remember what... I don't remember where that is. It's apparently on page 202. Alright, let's go to 202. We got the sword! Alright, if I do this from the side... So now how do I shrink... I like... Do I expand it first? And then... What was the way to do a scale? Now I reduce the scale? Is that how this is gonna go, Joe Ash? Oh, wow. Okay, that's actually, like, surprisingly easy. Okay. Well, now, it's too small. This is probably too small. Does this take decimal inputs? I guess let's
Scale?
find out. Yeah.
If it you
Ooh, doesn't look like it. I think that's the same size as when I picked 1. So I guess I could go like 3 and then 2. I guess I gotta just make it smaller because that was like 4 by... What was that even? It was really small, whatever it was. Hi, Zelda. Good. Yo, what's going on, Celios? This isn't Rio. Ah! Okay, I guess it's like 8 by 5 in terms of like ZCs. It's really 5 by 8, but you gotta use ZC grids when you're doing this.
do be like that.
Alright, so there's one option. We could make that the pointer. I'm not even sure that looks much like a pointer, though, I gotta be honest. I maybe should just find something different. Oh, I could use, like, the edge of the hook shot here.
Pointy stick.
A stick. Sir Chef Bear, how are you on this evening? Is this centered? It's always gonna drive me crazy if it's not centered. I guess it's like, it's centered enough. It does look like an arrow, I do have to admit. I don't know, what do you think about this, chat? This could be the pointer. I guess I can always try it and then see if I hate it. Doing contest work? Yeah, at some point, chat, we're gonna have to have the discussion. Do I actually commit to making the side quest in this game that turns out to be the 64-screen contest entry? I do have ideas for dungeons, but I'm not sure. If we decide to do so, though, we're gonna have to commit, like, pretty early here, because the contest is only about a month long, I believe. It's the 24th to, like, the 20th or something. Wait, were they ending this on April 20th and I didn't pay attention to the funny haha meme? Or were they ending it on a different day? I don't actually remember. Let's open the forums. Let's see what crap we got here. Are we doing funny haha nonsense? April 21st. Alright, they slink away this time, but I'm watching them. I'm watching them, Evan. What was I doing? We were making message strings. Alright. Okay, so I have to do, if I remember correctly, I have to do setup menu cursor first. You know, I should have come up with a color I like. I don't think the blue is bad, though. Okay.
Is it creative enough?
Possibly. Wait a minute, Joash. What is this, What is this? What are these? Oh, wait, I guess I could just click and find out, huh? Width of the menu... Do I want this to match the size of the... Also, Joash, okay, hang on, wait a minute. Should I even be centering this thing? How do I actually want this positioned? Do I want it positioned in this way, or do I want to bury it in the top corner or something? Okay, you want me... Okay, top left. Okay, fair enough. I was like, wait a minute, there's maybe... there's maybe something that's about to be wrong here. Okay. Okay, so this is what now? Is it 5x6 in ZC terms? Okay, yeah, looks like it. Alright. Let's see, do I want like a better blue while I'm at this here? Should I dump one further in? It almost looks better with the deeper blue. Let's go with the deeper blue on CSET 7. Alright, now we gotta reset all this garbage. Okay. Yay! Hey, submarine cursor. Okay. It'll open up on the box once you have both the cursor and cursor selection spots set up. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. Am I picking... Do I make it the same size as what the actual thing was in the tile editor? I think it was 5x6 pixels. You just put yours at 8x8 and it worked. Okay. Well, when in Rome. We banish. It's wrong. No, okay. Okay, so the cursor is that abomination of a string control code. Okay. Holy Flynn. Alright.
Are you having fun with auto menus? Or the vanilla menu?
Yes, I am. I would not have minded putting this in myself, but with this here, you better believe I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so now what do? I start adding menu choices? Because I think I only have to insert the menu cursor, and then I should just be able to... I don't think there was an extra step here. I actually took screenshots of this during one of Joash's streams, but Joash also had, like, very complex menu setups, and so I did not give myself the best possible examples for this. Okay, add menu choice. We start at, do I want to index at 0? I guess I do, right? Okay, so then we can decide what up goes. Okay, alright, this is kind of cool. Okay, so up could go to the one below it. I think we only have, what? We need, what, 4 menus, possibly? We're gonna do main quest, side quest, and then there's, like, space for 2 other functions. So we could have, like, a warp system, or we could have some other garbage. I do have to admit, I would almost rather prefer to figure out how to do the descriptions in the subscreen, but I think we found out we are unable to place strings in the subscreen, unfortunately. Unless there's a way to force that, in which case I don't need a menu at all. Well... Yeah, no, I guess I wouldn't. I would just do it all on a page too, right? Let's try this first. Okay, so up will go to 2, which will be like somewhere else. Down will also go to 2. Left and right will both go to 1. Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah, there it is. Alright, gotcha. And then I put like the text after it or something. So I would put like main quest right here, because this is technically position 0. Gotcha, okay. And then we go again. We kill, Evan. We kill.
Oh. Murder.
Murder! Menu choice. This is position 1, where up goes to 3, down goes to 3. Left goes to 0, right goes to 0. Okay. I didn't think this through though, so I guess this is a mystery one. Okay. I did not quite ponder that one out so well. Okay, we'll do side quest down here too, I guess. Okay. Figure that one out at some point. Alright. Add menu choice. This is position 2. Up and down go to 0. Left and right go to 3. Okay. Shockingly, I don't hate this. It just seemed really, like... tedious might be the word, but it shockingly doesn't even seem like that once I'm doing it now.
In my experience, it's reasonable with the wizard, but if you decide you want to edit it later, God help you.
Yeah... It sure is a time, isn't it? The good news is I can kind of see, yeah, how this is constructed. Okay. Oh wait, so we got our 4 things. Man, using this font, I can actually fit 6, huh? I don't know why I would possibly need that many menu choices, but I guess it is possible. Okay, and then there was something about, like, I want 130 at the end because it freezes, and then I want 131 at the end. I don't remember what 131 does, though. Let me see if I can figure this out. Oh, wait. Did I need to put run menu somewhere first, Joash? No, you don't have that in the screenshot anywhere. What number is this, actually? Oh, this is the 130. Oh, okay, okay. This is the 130. Okay. 131 is the go-to of menu choice. Gotcha, okay. Okay, and then we pick another string. Okay, nice. So I would need to set up a default quest message string and somehow keep track of it as we're playing the quest. So we are going to set this guy up here. Wait, where am I? I'm in 105. Okay, don't pick that one. Okay, we're in 105, chat. It just hasn't recognized that I've saved it yet. Okay, so we'll go to a menu. We'll go to 106 if you pick choice 0. What was this /29 thing you've got in here? I put /29 at the very end for some other reason. Oh, the last option should be like a way to exit the menu, shouldn't it? Boy, howdy, would that sure be fun. Boy, is that a good idea. I think I found one of our mystery functions. They call him a genius 7. Alright, anyway. Have return set to string 0 so it auto-closes. Oh, that's an interesting trick. I like that. Okay. All these functions go after this, right? So, like, I'm going to do 131 for choice 3, sends you to string 0. I'm basically just filling this in for all 3 of them now. Nice. Okay, clean, actually. This was a worthwhile endeavor, even if I don't end up using a menu. This was kind of interesting to look at.
It's good content to have on the video series, regardless.
That's true, yeah, someone else might be interested in it. I hate, however, that you know me, chat, I want everything to be centered, and I can't center it! No, I can't center it! Function junction. Alright. It's too janky. Alright. That's okay, though. I actually wonder why it's not sent. I guess because the something with the font, I'm guessing, or whatever. Speaking of, should I even be using this font? The menu should probably have a different font, right? I don't know. Maybe it doesn't have to. What am I using? I'm using, this isn't what I was using, right? What am I using here? I'm using, oh, the GUI font narrow. Right, okay. GUI, Evan.
GUI.
I don't know if I recommend that. No, okay.
GUI.
GUI. Okay, this one's centered. Oh, the LTTP small. The classic. This might not be awful for the menu, actually. There we go. So, unfortunately, Chef, I do think I want to commit to making the journal at least something that updates the player. Because, to kind of re-go over this, the thing I learned from AU is that people won't read. The thing I learned from Node is that people won't remember. Can I hard counter this by putting a function in the game that forces text that's relevant to the... who knows, but it's at least an attempt, I guess. Okay. Wait, hold on. Didn't I send that to string 106? Why is that sending it to... Huh. How did that happen? Did it pick the wrong string after I selected it in the menu? Let's try it again. Go to menu choice. Did I not manage to pick 106? 106, choice 0. Why is it saying 128? Is the string not one-to-one mapped? Let me see what it thinks string 0 is. Menu choice 3, go to string 0. It knows... Okay, so string 0 is string 0. Wait, is it reading the order that the actual... Oh, no. Because I've got, like, old strings inserted here. Are there 28 strings inserted above this? Is that why it's doing that? Oh, that's crazy. Okay, so I can never actually manually type those then, if that's the case. Alright. Because this is using AU's old string table with, like, insertions and everything. Okay, well, at the very least, that's, like, a very reasonable quirk to have. Alright. I forget what my EX button is on the... Oh, you know what? I've got the controller. Oh, I didn't set to... So, like, Josh, you see how it's like it goes 98, 99, 358 or whatever because of how I did it in AU? I think it's counting that as, like, a line in the string because it thinks string 106 is actually string 128. I think it's counting the literal order instead of its actual ID number for some reason. Because this is pointing to string 106, at least as far as I can tell. Let me see. Let's put some text in here. Alright, I need to... Oh, I think I need to modify the script really fast, actually, before I can test this properly. Where did I put this? I don't actually think I remember. Oh, shoot. Did this get eaten by, like, some other garbage? I think I mistakenly ate this with one of the other files that I put in. Alright, I'll have to go find it. Let's look from top bottom. Let's see if it's in, like, Samaria here. Where's the file? Here we go. Doesn't look like it's in Samaria. Oh, wait, here we go. Nah, it's not in there. Okay. Okay, what's next in the import list? Pot of Greed. Let's see if it's in Pot of Greed. It's not in there. Oh man, where is it? Because I don't have any text in here, right? Yeah, I don't have any text in here. It's very interesting that this is just missing. So it's somewhere. I think this happened when I was copying all the scripts over. I must have eaten it with one of the scripts, and so it's hiding in one of the other script files. Oh wait, it's in its own... Okay, I forgot I made it its own file. Okay, never mind. This is my fault, chat. Okay, we want to run... string 105 with this. Okay. Let's recompile really fast. Okay. Well, we have a working menu. Holy flip, that was easy.
Nice.
That's crazy to me. Alright. Main quest. It didn't play any text. So it actually picked string 128. So it doesn't pick the string I actually selected. It like inserts 128 for some reason. This must be it's trying to insert the... Let me see. Are there 22 strings that are out of order here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Oh my god! It's actually counting the position, not the ID number. It is doing that. So I have to, okay, I actually have to manually insert the string number. Okay, so it's at least backwards. Alright. I have no idea why it's doing that, but it is apparently doing that. Because it physically lets me select the string, but then it inserts it in a different position. Alright, there's my correct string. That is wild to me. Alright, but it at least works. Minus the fact that... What the heck was that? It looked off-center for a second there. Was it off-center the first time, Jay? Oh, God. It's like off-center the first time you open the menu for some reason, but then it fixes its alignment. Oh, God. I see that the ZC string editor is still, like, a time and a half, huh? Oh, man.
This may be a consequence of importing an old table.
Possibly could be. Do I want to... redo all the strings in a fresh table? I'm only like 50 strings into the quest right now. I would just have to have the old version on the side. That could possibly be it. The only thing is if I do that and it doesn't fix it, I'll just kind of look the fool, but at the very least it'll fix the indexing error.
At the bare minimum, you get nicer organization.
I do. Might have to sit down and do that, chat, unfortunately. Might have to give up the old string table finally. Alright. Well, we did get the menu working, though. At the very least. And 2 functions are technically working. I just don't have any content for the other function that's working. And then I will decide what the fourth thing is. Oh, you know what? Surely not. No, okay. Oh, interesting. If you select something that has no function on it, it just exits the menu. So I guess I don't even actually tell the exit one to go to string 0. It does, however, take a little bit longer. Yeah, okay, so I'll actually leave it in there because it actually just takes a bit longer if you don't have the string in there. That's some cool trivia, though, that it works both ways. Alright. Well, okay, so that was menuing. A little longer than what I wanted, but surprisingly not bad. And we can still add our other string control codes and everything in there too. So very good. So I don't know, that's an episode. Maybe a weaker episode, but there you go. There's menuing, I guess. Thanks for watching.